go. All right, Condition Crew, thanks for joining us for our first cycle class here, our live stream. So for this class, you will need a stationary bike of some sort, as well as I will do one weights on. So weights are recommended, but if you don't have weights, you can always do it without weights. You can do it with water bottles or any sort of other substitute for light weights. As for the bikes, I will be cueing it on our Stages bikes, which have this silver lever and this blue knob. If you don't have a Stages bike, it's totally fine. Any sort of stationary bike will be great for this ride. So just know that a silver lever is the equivalent to a dramatic resistance shift. So if you're on a different sort of bike, just crank up the resistance knob. Or if you are on an outdoor bike converted to indoors using a trainer or such, you can always just crank up your resistance by switching gears. So let's get it started. I will be starting our playlist in 3, and 2, and 1. Here we go. This is a rhythm-based ride. That means we will be riding to the beat for the next 50 minutes here in our class. Know that if that doesn't quite make sense to you, I'll also be giving you an RPM range. And if you don't have a way of monitoring that, we're just riding along to the beat. Again, this is your class, so you can always make it your own. I'll be adding on some choreography, some presses, tap backs, coming in and out of the saddle, etc. But no, if that doesn't serve you, you can always just stay in the saddle, just ride, just feel with your body here. I will be using the screen a little bit, but know that using the screen is always optional. But if you'd like to turn it on, go ahead, turn it on now. If you're on the Stages bike, by pressing that middle button, bottom middle button a couple times. Make sure you press the button enough times so you have numbers on both your left and right hand side of the screen. Left hand side numbers are our stats in real time. Right hand is our average for that stage. And we'll start by adding on just a nice light resistance here. Lever is all the way to the left. About 2 turns or so on with your blue knob. And we'll start to just find the speed. We're looking for right around 95 to 100 RPM here. Just nice cruisy flat row to get us going, to get us started. And just start to settle on into the speed, start to settle on into your breath. Nice deep inhale. A nice deep exhale. And taking any movements that your body is craving here. So maybe you sit up nice and tall, rolling your shoulders up and down your back. Nice soft spine. And slowly bring your hands back down to the pelvis. Lengthening on out as you soften in. Hand positions I will be in throughout our ride here. 1 will be this bump here in the middle. 2 is out wide at your base. And 3 is at the end of your bars with hips up out of the saddle. So we'll start here with hands at 2. Reach down, tap it up just a little more. Adding on a bit more of resistance here. Just cruising, just starting to get warm. Maybe you close your eyes, soften on in with your jaw. Relax and the shoulders, releasing any tension you're holding on to in your body. And reach on down, add on a bit more resistance here. Let's go, 1, 2. Keeping upper body nice and stable, nice and grounded, using your energy just to propel this bike forward. And take this moment to set your intention for your ride. Maybe this is your meditation, your escape from the outside world. You use that to keep your mind in this space. Or maybe you're here to just crank out some watts. You use that to add on resistance to really push your limits here and find that challenge. Just cruise it. All right, folks, my name is Kristen. Thanks for tuning in and joining me for our 50-minute Khoreo cycle class. Coming up on our second song, we'll take the lever to center. And as this beat comes in, it's right around 75 RPM. Let's take it on up out of the saddle. Hands out at 3. Weight is back in space. Think about really lengthening out in your core as your booty hovers over the saddle. Take a moment to relax and down in your shoulders, soften in your elbows, long spine, engage core. We'll add a slow press here. Take it down, up, lower, lift. Elbows straight back towards your core, lengthen on out. Speed up your press, take it down, up. Nice and control, we're just finding length. Take it down, up. One right, one left. Press it right, left. Maybe it's small, maybe it's big, just settle in. When that beat drops, we hold the arms along the hip center. First sprint here. Hold it center, let's run. Legs push past this beat. If legs are going above 85 RPM, I ask you to add on a bit more resistance here. Enough, so this is a sprint effort without getting those legs going too fast here. Core is nice and strong to keep you stable and still in space. Last 4, just 3, in 2. Back on beat, shake it out. Take it 1, 2. All right, folks. If you're adding on, find your press, take it down, up. When that beat drops, we come into our second sprint. This one I'll be cueing us in the saddle to find that same drive, that same motivation. Have a seat and take off, let's go. 20 seconds here in the saddle, pushing past this beat. If legs are going above 90 RPM, crank up that resistance just a little more. Here we go, halfway. Using your breath, deep inhales, deep exhales, dial it on in. Here we go, just 4, 3. Back on beat. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Take it up to 3, walk it up. Find that same length. Slow press, take it down, up, lower, lift. Speed up your press, take it down, up. One more sprint, folks. Your choice, in or out of the saddle. We take off from 4. Right here, take off, take off. Lock it on in, find a little more speed. Folks, this is where you set yourself up for success for your ride. It's in this first song, setting it up. Halfway, halfway. Find a little more speed, a little more drive. Watching those watts get just a little higher, just 4. Here we go, give me 3, 2. Back on beat. 30 seconds here, shake it out. In or out of the saddle, your choice here. And have a seat if you're not already there. Folks, I won't be giving water breaks throughout this class, but feel free to take them as you see fit. Listen to your bodies here. Then as you are ready, we'll take the lever all the way to the left. Picking up your leg speed just a touch, right around 85 to 90 RPM is where we meet. So folks, we're coming on into our first and only real-time trial of this class. It'll be right about 4 minutes. Cruising at 85 to 90 RPM. So if you're joining me, if you'd like to focus in on your average watts for this time trial, I'll cue a 0 out the screen. To 0 out the screen, we'll press that bottom middle button a couple times. Enough so time and distance's bottom two numbers both go to 0. We're taking off here in just about 10 seconds. So first, just find the speed. Nice and light. And let's get after it, folks. 0 it out. Crank up that resistance here, yeah. Folks, we are in at 4 minutes here. I'll break it up with some added movements. But your focus is the average watts for this stage. It's that top right number there on the stage spike. So I'm giving you the lead. I'm giving you your speed. In order to get that number higher, it's going to be up to you to control with your resistance knob. So if you're not burning out, if it doesn't feel like a solid effort here, if you could talk through this, reach down, add a little touch up, we cruise. Engage here, find your push, find your pull. You are connected in with your bike, you are one with it today. Use that to your advantage here. Folks, coming up here, I'll be cueing a few jumps. When we jump, we'll take it up out of the saddle, hands go out to 3. When we're back in the saddle, hands go back down to 2. So if you're coming up, make sure you just have enough resistance on the wheel that you feel stable, safe, and grounded, even as the hips come up high. Reaching on down, add on a touch more resistance. Yes, let's get after it, folks. Stay with it, stay in control. Take it up to 3, give me 4, 3, 2, have a seat, yep, 4. Keep it going, take it up. Have a seat, just 4. 2 more, I like that, take it up. Take it down. The last set of 4s, take it up. We hold it up right here, hold it up, hold it up. Folks, 20 seconds here. Maybe you add on a touch more resistance, you push on through, find that strength. Last 8 counts here, give me 8, 7, yes. Breathe through it, stay strong, just 4. We go, 3, 2, have a seat, just cruise. Now we're back in the saddle, we're finding that same commitment, that same drive to stay committed through this whole 4-minute time trial here. Second set of jumps. Take it up, 4 counts, walk it up, 3. Drop it down, just 4. Keep it going, take it up. Have a seat. 2 more, take it up. Drop it down. 1 more, 1 more. In the saddle, just cruise, just cruise. Reach down, just a little more resistance here, yes. 5, 4, folks. The last 10 seconds here. All the way through, all the way to the end. Last 4, 3, 2, and we slow it down. Woo. All right, folks, take a look at that top right number. We'll use that a little bit later in class. Let's go ahead and take the lever to the center. Beat slows down here. 60 to 65 RPM. Once you found that beat, take it up to 3. Hands nice and light at the end of your bars. Hips stay back on space. Breathe into it. Maybe you shake the hips outside to side, loosen up. And hands go up to 2, stand tall. All right, folks, we'll get to some hills, get to some uphills nice and steep, some downhills where we cruise. So in just a moment here, I'll be cueing us, dropping it down into the saddle, taking that lever all the way to the left. Your goal is to chase that fast beat, looking at 115 to 120 RPM here. Engage with some speed. In 4, in 3, have a seat, lever goes left. Get up right here. All right, folks, it's just 30 seconds here, 30 seconds. Stay committed to this drive. Find your push, find your pull. Work on into these pedals. Halfway, 15 seconds here. Maybe you pick up the speed just a little more. But if legs are going past 120 RPM, I ask you to reach down and pick up your resistance just a touch. 4, 3, and 2. Lever center, slow it down. Breathe through it. Take it up to 3. Shake it out. All right, folks, we'll play with a couple opportunities to make it nice and steep. Let's take the lever right. Just 8. Just 6. And 4. And lever center. Breathe through it. Whew. 1 more. And 3. And 2. Lever right. Give me 8. 7. Yep. When that beat drops, we have a seat. We'll take that lever left. Same thing, just another 30-second cruise downhill. 3, 2. Have a seat, and lever goes left. We fly. Pick it up, pick it up. Stay committed, stay dedicated here. Stay strong. Find a little more push, a little more pull. Watch those watts creep up. Here we go, halfway. Yup. Breathe through it. Last 8 counts here. Find a little more speed. Keeping upper body stable. Nice and grounded and still. For 3, 2, slow it down. Lever back to center. Once you found the beat, take it up to 3. Swing it out. That's it right here. Just a bit of recovery. Shake it out, shake it out. And last time, that lever goes right to the end, to the end. Crank it out. Last 4, last 3, and 2. The lever center, have a seat. Whew. And lever goes all the way to the left. Take this moment to recover here. Whew. All right, folks. We'll take a break. Let's come from the speed, and we'll get into some rolling hills here. So when you're ready to get into that lever, so we'll go back to center with me right around 70 RPM. Start to find the speed. As always, you fine tune by finding that resistance sweet spot where you're working, but this beat is mindless. Here we go, 1, 2. Let this be uphill here. Next 2 songs we're working uphill, then we'll cruise down the backside. Take it up to 3, let's go. Hands are nice and light here. Hips stay back, booty back. We'll add a slow push up, elbows wide, chest low, 2 counts. Walk it down, 2, and up for 2. 1 more the speed. Cut it in half here. Take it down and up, little lower, and lift. Chest gets low, elbows wide. Let's speed it up. Take it down, up. Yes. Control here. Just 4, 3. Arms long. Just cruise. All right, folks, we're bringing that lever in. Again, if you don't have a lever at home, it's just a dramatic resistance shift. So maybe you crank up your knob a full turn or so instead. This first, find speed. Your goal is to stay on this beat even as the resistance gets heavy. First one, lever goes right. 7, 6. That's it. Bring it up. And lever center. Folks, this should be incredibly challenging to keep this beat as you take the lever right. 1 more. The lever goes right. Yes. Breathe through it. And 4. Keep it right and have the seat. You have 8. 7 and 6, yes, fight to stay on it. And lever back to center. Whew. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Staying on that beat. Take it up to 3, just cruise. 1 more set of push-ups here, folks. We'll start slow in full revolution, taking it down. Take it down right here, or walk it down and up, lower and lift. Yep. Find the depth that works for you here, only going as low as feels good and right in your body. Activating in your pectorals here. Hold this one nice and low. 3, 2, arms long. Yes, we make it heavy. Lever right, give me 8, 7, yep. Fight forward as it gets sticky. And lever center, shake it out, shake it out. One more at the set. The lever right, give me 8, 7, yes. Keep that lever right. And have a seat. You have 8, 7, yes. Breathe through it. 4. And lever left, all the way left, reset. When that beat drops, the lever back to center, take it up to 3. All right, folks, last push here, last push. And lever right, give me 8, 7, yep, 6. Keep the lever right. Have a seat, just 4, 3, 2, and lever goes left. Whew. All right, friends, we'll continue working up this hill. So one more song to really dial in our climb. Right around 60, 65 RPM. Once you found that beat, we'll take the lever to the center. So a bit slower than where we left off. But folks, that lever stay in center the entire song here. So if you're craving more, reach out to your blue knob. Let's crank it up. Take it up to 3, just cruise. Folks, this should be heavy. You feel your legs pushing past the beat. If you're craving a little more, reach on down to your blue knob, crank it up, add on that resistance, yes. Take on that challenge here. All right, folks, keep that resistance heavy. We have 20 seconds in the saddle here. Now have a seat, breathe through it. Yes, fighting to stay on this beat. It felt so slow at first. But letting that climb get heavy, letting it get a little challenging here. 10 seconds here, crank. Take it up to 3. Folks, just about 90 seconds. 90 seconds to the top of our climb, and then that resistance comes off. So maybe you reach on down, add on a touch more here, yes. With these climbs, it's up to you to control your challenge, to push your limits, to come back to that intention to use it here. Last time in the saddle of the song. 20 seconds, we crank. Have a seat here, yes. Soften shoulders, soften jaw. This is just you versus you making it up this hill, making it up this climb. Breathe through it, yes. Max out your resistance here, engage with this challenge. Folks, we have less than 1 minute, just about 40 seconds to the top of this climb. Add on a touch of resistance. Take it up to 3, to the end. Just you and your bike here in this moment. Because in this moment, nothing else in the world matters here. 15 seconds to the top. Just 4, 3, and 2. Have a seat, lever goes left, trip, pop, that resistance, yes. Whew. All right, friends, we got one more song here, and then we'll go into our leg break. We go into weights. So nice light resistance here. Silver lever is left. Fine tune with your blue knob, of course. And when you're ready to pick up your leg speed, we meet on the speed right around 110 RPM. Let's find it. 1, 2, 1, 2. So folks, here I ask that you have some resistance on your wheel at all times. If you feel your upper body bouncing around, you crank up that resistance just a touch more. Nice and stable, nice and grounded as you push and pull as you connect with your bike. All right, folks, so we're gonna focus in on our watts here. We have 1 more minute. That top left number matches what you set for yourself at that first time trial. So when we did that 4-minute time trial at 85 to 90 RPM, to the evidence on a little earlier on, that's the wattage we're trying to hold here, even at this speed. 1 minute here, hands go into 1. We curl back the core slow, curl it back, and up. Take a squeeze, release, 2 more slow. Speed up your curl, little squeeze, squeeze, yes. Nice and tight, really use your exhales as you squeeze in your core, round in your spine. You have just 8. We slow it down in 6, just 4, in 3, in 2, hands to 2, slow it down, lever center, and then lever right. Right around 55 RPM, we find the slow beat. And take it on up to 3. Yes, take this as a moment of recovery. We'll get into our second set here in just about 20 seconds. So shaking out the hips, finding any free movements that feel good to you here. Maybe hands go to 2, stand it up tall. Find a long, tall spine, a nice long, tall core. Shoulders up over your hips. We'll get back into our speed in 5 seconds here. Deep inhale. Exhale, have a seat, a lever, go left. Working on into it, starting to pick up your speed here. Folks, we have 90 seconds, all right, 90 seconds with some speed. So as you start to find that beat, again, we're focused on the top left number. Your watts in real time getting as high as you set during that time trial at the beginning of class. So lock in that speed, lock in that wattage. As always, fine tune your resistance as you see fit. We'll take hands into 1, curl back slow, and lift. Exhale, inhale. Feel this core engagement on your transverse wall. Really squeezing your abdominals in tight as you exhale, as you round it on out. 2 more slow. Speed up your curl. Go ch, ch. Yes, use your exhales here. Easiest way to work a little harder in your core here. Go squeeze, squeeze. Here we go, in 4. 1 slow, 2 fast. Curl it back and up. Go squeeze and squeeze. Nice and tight on your core engagement. Last 2 sets here. 1 more, slow, and 2 quick. We hold it center. Folks, this is it, all the way to the end. Just about 15 seconds here. Maybe you tap with the resistance just a touch, knowing that leg break is coming. Weights are on its way. Just 4, just 3, 2, and 1. Yeah, slow down the legs. As we go into weights, you can take this on your bike. You can always step off your bike if that's preferred. I'll be keeping us seated on the saddle here. I like lever to be about center or right, so you have enough resistance underneath your feet. But what I care about is you're staying nice, long, tall spine and engaged core. So we'll take palms face forward, elbows in nice and tight. I'm using 3s here, but as always, find the weight or the no weight that feels good for you. Let's bicep curl, nice and slow. Now, if you'd like to keep your legs moving through our weight set, always the option to do so. Just be sure you're focusing on the long top core. You're focusing on the upper body, giving the legs a bit of a break here. Elbows are in nice and tight by your side. Lift and lower. Palms face up, just moving from the forearms down. Control this movement. 2 more together. We alternate, one right, one left. Curl it right and left. Go curl. Being sure your shoulders stay stacked up over your hips, your core stays engaged. Avoid tendencies to slouch here. Stay nice and tall. Hold at 90, little lifts right here, little lift. Palms turn face in. Hands start to go out wide. Elbows squeeze in nice and tight by your mid-back. Really start to open up your chest, relaxing your shoulders down your back. We'll take it to a bicep curl out wide. Full range here, hands to shoulders and low. Take a lift and lower. Elbows stay squeezed in nice and tight. We target the second head of the bicep. Control this movement. Less of a swing, less momentum, a little more placement here. Alternate right, left, curl right and left. Nice and controlled. Elbows stay locked in space. Avoid tendency to swing your whole arms. But we're focusing in on just that second head of the bicep. Here we go. In 2. We hold at 90, squeeze it on in. So squeezing in, elbows disappear. Maybe shoulder blades kiss at your upper back here. Nice and tight, proud chest. 8 more. In 8. In 6, preparing to take it up overhead. 2 count slow, weights go to the ceiling. Take it up for 2, down to your low back and squeeze. Take it up, yes. Go lower down and squeeze, finding it nice and tight as you bring it in towards your mid-back. Let's go one more slow. Then from your mid-back to goal post, find a lift and lower. Take it up and down. Smooth and controlled here as we move on to the deltoids. Elbows keep a 90-degree bend here, wrist stacked in line with your elbows the entire time. Hold this one high. Little lifts right here, little lift. Shoulders stay soft, relax down your back. Avoid making your neck disappear by holding your shoulders into your ears, but find a length and a long, tall spine. In 4, we close open in front, elbows in, nice and tight and wide. Squeeze it in and out. Elbows stay up at shoulder height the entire time. Control it here. Last 4. We hold it in 2. Hold this next one in. Weights press on in. A little squeeze lift here with the elbows, yes. Preparing to take it overhead to get into our triceps. Folks, it's just 8 more. You have 8, 7, yes. Breathe through it. In 4. Take it overhead, tricep lower, and lift. Take it down. Make sure your flat edge of your weights are really pressing on each other here. So you can really squeeze it in nice and tight. Elbows point straight up towards the ceiling to stay in your triceps. Let's slow it down. 2 counts down, 2 counts up. Yes, and all the way, full extension. Down for 2. And up for 2. Find that full lift, so lengthen out in your triceps. Give them room to grow as you strengthen. We hold this one at 90 degrees here, and just a little lift. Elbow squeeze in a little tighter. Last 10 seconds in your triceps. Breathe through it. You have 8, 7, soften on in, yes. And 4, and 3, we take it overhead. Palms turn back, slow, lower. Once you get to shoulder height, we'll find a little serve here. Weights are light in your palms, nice and controlled. Shoulders stay relaxed down your back. Full range, make it big. Elbows by your side and long. Pull it back and serve and pull. Go serve, pull. Last 4 right here. You have a 4 and a hold. In 3, we hold it out. In 2, hold this one long. Final hold here for 3, 2, and place down your weight. Shake it on out. Folks, just 3 more songs here. 2 more songs. We're working through it. In that last song, we're really just going to focus in on our final sprints. So when you're ready, lever goes to center, 70 to 75 RPM here. Let's find it. Once you've locked into that beat, 70, 75 RPM. Take it up to 3, take it up here. If you feel your hips falling forward or your legs pushing past the beat, you crank up your resistance here. Just feel it, take it right, left. All right, folks, I'll get a little dancey here. Always your choice, take it or leave it. Add a press, take it down, up. Elbows straight back towards your core. We'll switch it to a tap back. Arms long, hips back, take it, tap, tap. Arms stay long, shoulders stay soft. Hips go back just a touch every time your right leg presses down. Forward, breathe. Hold it center, just cruise. Without even thinking, add on a bit of resistance here. We're getting back into the legs. Deep inhale. And deep exhale, let it go. All right, folks, we'll bring those two moves together. One rhythm press, one tap back. Take it down, up, and back. Find some control here as you move between these two movements. Know the difference between pressing your elbows and bringing your hips back in space. Just forward. Breathe. Hold the center. Just cruise. That's it, that's it. Last time this song. Reach on down. Let's tap it up a little more. Right through it. Managing to keep this beat even as the resistance gets a little heavier. One press, one tap. Take it down, up and back. All right, folks, same movements here. Slow it down. Breathe through it, hold it down. Up, hips back. Center, take it down. Up, yep. Find a little more core activation as we slow down these movements. Back to single count, one of each. Control this movement rather than just swinging around. Double up, 2 of each. We take it down. 2, tap it back. Twice, yep. 2 more sets. Last set here. And hold it center to the end. 5 forward, yes. And have a seat, have a seat. Woo, that we're going to the last 2 songs here, folks. We'll go with a bit of speed here, but halfway through we're going to slow this one down. So when you're ready, levers all the way to the left, light resistance, but make sure you have something on your wheel here. Right around 110 RPM. There it is. All right, folks, 60 seconds at the speed and we'll slow it down. So stay with this challenge. Go ahead, look down, check your knees are nice and parallel here. Feet are flexed. Then reach down, creep up your resistance a little more here. 30 seconds of slowly adding up resistance, 4 more times. Reach down, tap it up a little more. Even if it's just a touch, just a hair, add on a bit of resistance, fight to keep the speed. Reach down, tap it up, we got 2 more. Yep, that's it. Last time, reach down, tap it up, yep. 10 seconds, folks. Right through it, just forward. Breathe, into, lever right, slow it down. Woo. 55 RPM. Take it up to 3. Shake it out. 10 seconds here, then we get back into our speed. Deep inhale. Exhale, have to see it, lever left. Let's go, crank it out. Yep. Stay here. 5 forward. You have 30 seconds, add some speed. Again, we're going to slowly creep up that resistance. I know you started off where you left off, so this should feel a little heavier. Reach down, Tap it up, a little more, a little more. Yep. We got 2 more of those. Reach down, tap it up just a touch. Fight to stay on this beat, that chasing that 110. Reach down, turn it up, a little more. 10 seconds. Just 4. Slow it down in 3, in 2. The lever right, take it up to 3. Woo. Hands up to 2. Stand tall. Deep cleansing inhale. Deep cleansing exhale. Folks, last set. Have a seat. Lever left, let's go. Crank it out, crank it out. 1 minute here this time. 1 minute with some speed. We'll be adding on a bit of resistance. Last time we're going this fast. Reach down. Tap it up right here. Yep. Stay controlled, find your push, find your pull. Take advantage that you're clipped into your bike, you're lifting up as much as you're pushing down here. Engaging all your leg muscles to find that speed. Reach down, tap it up a little more. Yes, yes you can. So find a voice that's telling you no way and show it, prove it wrong. To the end, to the end. Just 10 seconds, folks. Maybe you tap up your resistance just a little more. Just 8. 4, 3, 2. Slow it back down. All right, folks, this is it. We've made it to our finish line. Take a nice deep inhale. Deep exhale, let it go. This is it, folks. 3 by 30 seconds. That is it. That's going to be our final focus here. I'll be doing the first one as a hill, the second one for some speed, and that third one your choice. But of course, they're all really your choice here. What I care about is you commit to finding that last bit of effort here. It's 90 seconds of effort broken up into 3 30-second pushes, and just like that, we'll be cooling it down. So lever to the center, 60, 65 RPM. Take it up to 3. Here we go. All right, folks, on my cue, lever goes right, we keep the same speed. Lever right, we crank, yes. You should be fighting to keep this speed, yes. If it's not using all, if it doesn't feel like a sprint effort, you crank up your resistance even more here, yes. 5 forward, we're halfway through, halfway. 15 seconds here. Work into this hill. All you have left, you have just 4. Here we go, just 3. And 2. Lever left, half speed. All right, folks, this is your recovery. This is your playtime here. Beat is right around 60, 65 RPM. So take what feels good to you. Maybe it's something out of the saddle. Maybe you add some presses, some halfbacks here. Listening to your body rather than getting into a routine. Just going to where it will feel best here. Maybe you swing out the hip side to side. All right, folks, let's sync up, out at 3. Find the speed. Lever is center. The lever is right. When that beat drops, we take it into the saddle. Lever goes left. You fight for some speed. Have a seat. Lever left. Let's go. All right, folks, we're just chasing some speed here. So if legs are going over 120, I ask you to crank up your resistance a little more, but keep that effort level just as high. Pushing and pulling, staying strong here. Breathe through it, yes. Last 8 right here, just 8. Go, just 6, a little more power. For 2. And slow it on down. Whew. All right, friends. So find that recovery. Bringing it back to your breath, bringing it back to your intention. So easy it would be to just turn off the camera now, yes, and just walk off. But I encourage you to stay committed all the way through to the end, like you would if you were here in the studio today. So take this time for any free movements. In the saddle, maybe it's out of the saddle. Be it 60, 65, but maybe you go a little faster, maybe a little bit slower here. Listen on into your bodies. We'll regroup in just about 10 seconds. Lever goes to the center. Take it about to 3. Folks, your choice here. Maybe you go for speed, maybe you go for strength. But what I care about is you commit. Let's go right here. Lock it in. Lock it in. In or out of the saddle. Maybe it's fast, maybe it's slow. Maybe it's heavy, maybe it's light. But either way, that top left number is higher than it's been our entire class here. Proving it to yourself that yes, even after 45 minutes of cranking it out here, you still have that commitment, you still have that drive to push a little bit further. Last 5 seconds, stay with it. Last 4, last 3, 2, and have a seat. Lever goes left. I encourage you to hit next as the song gets a little screechy at the end there. And we'll start to cool it down. Just keeping your legs moving nice and easy here. Finding the speed that feels good in your body. Let's take it up nice and tall, shoulders up over your hips. Just start to roll your shoulders up and down your back. Keep your legs moving nice and smooth, nice and light. And go ahead and reverse your roll, take it forward. Resist the urge to just get back to your daily lives. And take this time to lengthen, to cool the body down naturally before we go back to the outside world. Next inhale, arms come out and up overhead, nice and tall. Reach it up towards the ceiling. And go ahead and interlace your fingers or press your palms on skyward. Lengthen up tall. Inhale to grow. Exhale, upper body goes towards the right. Lengthen down your left side body behind this next stretch. Inhale through side. Exhale, bring it left. Inhale up through center. Exhale, hands come down to 3. Hips go up high. Taking a couple revolutions this way off the hips. Stopping anywhere that feels especially sticky. Now I'll cue us through some static stretches. But as always, if you feel better cooling down with a little more movement, you can always keep the legs moving in or out of the saddle. But if you're ready to stop the legs, we'll stop the feet at 3 and 9 o'clock. Hips pull back in space. Upper body just melts on down. You can add on a bit of resistance here, so you're really pressing down with your heels, feeling the length in your calves as well as you soften the upper body. And on your exhale, hips round forward, chest rolls up top. Palms press into your bars as you lengthen up skyward. Still pressing down with your heels for the full body stretch down your backside. One more deep inhale. And exhale, we'll switch out the legs, hips pull back in space, upper body melts on down. Maybe you let your head relax there, or invite your arms pull heavy if you're feeling stable and grounded. Just let yourself soften. On your next breath, hands return to 3. Bring it up nice and tall, upward dog in your chest, hips come forward. Still pressing down with your heels. Maybe you roll out your neck here. One more deep inhale. And exhale, have a seat here. Folks, we'll close out here with 2 final breaths. So once you found a comfortable grounding seat option, close your eyes. Inhale, arms come out and up overhead, lengthen up tall. Exhale, hands through heart center, let it go. One more, let's make it even bigger here. Really bring them out wide, lengthen on up, get to the bottom of your lungs there. And exhale. Thanks for joining me today. Hopefully you got your cardio on, got your sweat on, and your day is just a little bit brighter.